Good evening. My name is Evan Swam, the Deputy Incident Commander for Great Basin Team 1. Today is August 15th, approximately 6 p.m. I'm going to provide you with an operational update of what's going on in the Grizzly Creek fire as of about earlier this afternoon. So all day today we've had a lot more sunlight and exposure on the fire, so it's been quite a bit more active today than it was Friday, yesterday, when we had quite a bit of inversion with all the smoke in the air. But the fire started becoming quite a bit more active mid-afternoon, and so starting up on the north flank, or the north of the fire, the portion of the fire that's north of I-70, all along the flank from Grizzly Creek, all the way over towards the Coffee Pot Road, and then down to approximately maybe about a quarter mile or so further east than where the fire previously was. That has all been fairly active, and the fire did make it up to the Coffee Pot Road. We had not got very good confirmation that it has crossed, but we suspect, given how it was burning, it could very well have. To the south of the interstate, last night we took some spot fires across the canyon from the fire on the north side. It started a couple stringers of fire on the south side. Those two stringers kind of burned together today, and as the sun heated up, they started moving down in the direction of Bear Ranch. Last report we got was the dozer line that we put around the Bear Ranch, as well as the other structure protection measures that we took, were effective, and we successfully held the fire from coming down into the Bear Ranch compound where the houses are, and are reporting zero loss or damage. Moving up around, the fire perimeter extends up the hill towards in the direction of, it's just shy of Spruce Ridge, and so it's up on that plateau area, and that's for the most part where it's been holding, and then it kind of backs around a little bit to the west. Over on the south flank, north of Spring Valley, but still quite a ways down in the main canyon itself, the piece of unburned area in between Dead Man Canyon and Devil's Hole Canyon came together because there was fire on both sides, and as it heated up, so that was probably one of the columns that may have been visible from Glenwood Springs to the southeast of town. And so it was fairly active, and we believe it had burned up to the plateau or the canyon rim, and that's where it currently is right now, based on our last reports. Over on the west side of the fire, it was a pretty calm day. We did take some action in no-name drainage to continue securing problem areas or areas that we were concerned with in the drainage bottom itself, and a little further up, we're using a combination of both firefighters on the ground as well as aviation helicopters to knock down any hotspot. For the most part, the western flank in no-name drainage is, we're feeling very comfortable right now that it's not going to provide any problems. Moving forward into the evening, we're going to continue to have firefighters out there until dark, and then night shift will be taking over pretty soon, and they will be mostly concentrating in the areas along the interstate, Bears Ranch, as well as keeping an eye on some of the fire flanks up by Spring Valley. Most of the rest of the northern flank, we continue to monitor and keep an eye on the fire progression, and we do have some trigger points established in the event the fire makes a hard push to the east, either on the north side of the highway or on the south side of the highway. And we do have some trigger points coordinated with Garfield County and Eagle County regarding any elevation of evacuation statuses for communities both on the east side or the west side. I would like to just make sure it's clear that we have not altered the evacuation status of any of the communities as of yesterday. So Dot Zero remains still in pre-evac status, and we have not elevated into evacuation. Gypsum has not been notified of any type of warning yet, but we do have some trigger points identified in the event the fire gets closer. And there's been no change to Lost Mountain or Valley Springs or No Name, so all those continue to remain as they were before.